The weather today is not, well, it's cold, but it's not as cold as yesterday. So that's one thing. The past 2 days, yesterday and the day before, as you've seen, were extremely cold, very, very cold. Chill you to the bone. So yeah, out and about, exploring my Scotland again. Leafy's Wood. We're on the edge of Leafy's Wood next to the sheep fence, so on Heathfield. But yeah, this is lovely, look. I'm going to sit where yous are, under my usual tree, and have my breakfast. Let's go. So it's breakfast time again, and as you know, this is another of my favourite spots to sit and observe over the other side, the hill of the other side, where I see all my deer and the red fox. So another beautiful breakfast, salad sandwiches, ham salad sandwiches again. And boy, don't they look delicious. I'm going to lap this up. I'm going to enjoy this breakfast. I brought a little bit of a piece with me today because I'm planning on going a little bit further. As promised for yous, a little bit of history, I think, today. Once we get things organised here. This is lovely, but I'm losing more than I'm eating. Dropping it. Oh, the mice will get that anyway, or the birds. If you're wondering why my hood's up, it acts as a windbreak. It keeps the wind off the back of my neck. There's a witch's tree behind me. Look what came in the post this morning. Another of my favourite books, Poaching Tales by Mr. Humphreys. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy reading this. It came this morning, I just shoved it in my bag, like you see the book that I got. So yeah, I'm building up a collection, as I've said to you, about poaching tales and whatever, along with my own experience in poaching tales, me being a river bailiff. But yeah, I love this book. It's got beautiful drawings and paintings and stories, so I'll share that with you one day. We're a bit busy today though, so we'll just have a quick look through it and then we'll go on with our historical journey. Lovely, eh? And I've got another one coming, I think, in the next couple of days, so my collection is building. Mr. Fox is out and about, I can see. Going about his business. Yeah. He looks quite healthy as well, doesn't he? Looking forward to filming a lot more of him this year. And Mrs. Fox. The Romans played a heavy part in Scotland's history. Although, I must say, they never succeeded in conquering the Scottish native tribes. They were unsuccessful that way. They built two walls, the Antonine Wall and Hadrian's Wall, to keep all us Scots behind the wall in Scotland. They tried to conquer, but unsuccessfully, I'm glad to say. It was the only part of the United Kingdom that the Romans could not conquer. We Scots are strong. But yeah, they played a great part in this area as well. And behind me here, this is a Roman track. This is a Roman track that they used to come up from the central belt of Scotland. And that down there, those dense trees you see down there, is the start of the glen, the Great Glen, from Stirling. From the Perthshire Hills to Dunblane, the Roman track runs straight along here to Bridge of Allen and Stirling. And what a great walk it is as well. And I'm hoping that we're going to explore lots of it over this season. But yeah, lovely. Right, let's get on with our historical adventure. We've just got this gate to manoeuvre over, through or over and under. And then we're on the Roman track, the old stagecoach track. Oh well, it looks like I'm going to have to climb over. Done this many a time on the rivers when I was the river bailiff. No trouble to me, even at my age. Right, that's us on the track now. We're going straight down into the glen. It's all downhill from here, down to the lowlands. This is a lovely scenic route. As you'll see, the Romans were the first to build a track here. One's alongside the River Allen. But as you'll notice as we go along, there's walls on each side. And as I said, after the Romans, this was made into an old stagecoach track. So you can just imagine, in your imagination, the old-fashioned horse-drawn coaches, stagecoaches coming down this narrow track. It's all downhill as well, way down the glen into the lowlands. Now you must admit, you can't get any more ancient than this. Think of the amount of people who's passed through here. This track leads up to above Dunblane at a fort called Argate. That's where the Romans were heading coming up this track. A fortified fort called Argate up past Dunblane in the Perthshire Hills. This is a burn that runs into the River Allen. It's called the Wharry Burn. It comes in above the Ochil Hills. Yeah, you wouldn't believe it. All this area here is below Heathfield, just below Heathfield, in walking distance where I can walk, so you can see how I am surrounded by history. It's great to be living around here, and I'm hoping to share lots more historical stories with you all. But isn't this wonderful? The Romans also heavily mined this area along the banks of the River Allen. There's a lot of copper mines and lead mines. Way back from the Ice Age these were formed, and the Romans exploited the resources. So as you've heard, the Romans had quite a significant number of soldiers in this area, heading up to Argate and also heading away up north of Scotland. Now, leaving the Roman history for the present, and something very, very similar concerning a cave. Another little bit of Scottish history I'm going to introduce to you now. Have you ever heard of Robert Louise Stevenson, the chap who wrote about Treasure Island? Yes, Treasure Island, Robert Louise Stevenson. Who's not heard of him? Here's another little bit of history, and is just on the same path, right on the banks of the River Allen. This is one of those caves I mentioned the Romans exploited. Yes, and Treasure Island. Have you heard of Ben Gunn's cave in Treasure Island? Well, Robert Louise Stevenson, when he visited Bridge of Allen to venture in the Spa waters, he often came a walk up here, and this is a cave he found, and he based it on his cave and Ben Gunn's cave in Treasure Island. Enjoy! Now, a lot of yous will have gathered and have seen that me and my brother Raymond, long time ago, years and years and years back, made a little documentary film on this actual cave. Raymond done the filming and the editing. Superb. I'm going to show you that film at the end of this video, but this should bring back memories to us all. So it's not the first time I've been here. Raymond and me know this area well, but look at this. This is a seat that yeah, it's got all the little bits carved into it, the map, the parrot, Captain Hook's hook, everything to associate with Treasure Island. This brings back great memories. Nothing's changed at all. It's still the same old Ben Gunn's cave. Right guys, here's the bit you've all been waiting on. Here's that documentary me and my brother made. And remember, I'm a little bit younger then. Enjoy!
Now we've just come off Stevenson's walk there, and we're actually in Stevenson's cave. And this was formed in the Ice Age as an old sea inlet. And it's said that the young Robert Louise Stevenson used to come in here as a young lad and dream up all his characters in his famous novels.
I thought you'd actually like to see this as well, guys. This is the book that I was talking about in that vlog that I've also bought from Oxfam. I got it the other day. It's a book on Stevenson in Edinburgh. Really interesting book. This is a actual print photograph of Robert Louise Stevenson. There his name's there. As you can see, the photo is not in great condition, but this came along with a lot of items I had bought at Kenbuck auction. It was framed, and I took out the frame to save the picture because the inside of the glass was full of mould. So I'm going to get this one framed up soon. But this is an actual picture of Robert Louise Stevenson with his book. It's an actual photograph that I rescued from that old frame. I don't think it would have survived this length of time. That was about 10 years ago as well that I'd got this. But this book's great, real interesting book. It's about his life in Edinburgh, and what Edinburgh was like in his time. So there you are. I've never read it all yet so far, but I'm going to get reading it soon. So I might do a review on that for you. But that's the two items that I wanted to show you as well, since we're on the Stevenson subject. Nice, eh? Right guys, I hope you've enjoyed this completely different video that I've made for you about my local history, and I'm sure my brother Raymond will be reminiscence of the times we used to go out and film Ben Gunn's cave, Robert Louise Stevenson's stories. Yeah, it's been a wonderful day. And I hope you've enjoyed me showing you some of my local history and my surrounding area. And you can see that I'm very, very privileged to be living in such a beautiful, fantastic place. And I think I'll end this video here in such a wild and ancient forest on the banks of the River Allen, and think about all those Roman soldiers, Robert Louise Stevenson with his book writing all his stories. Yeah, and I'll probably make some more of these magnificent historical stories of Scotland. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll say bye bye for now. Bye bye.